TikTok is ruining my life, ruining my brain. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've decided that TikTok for me has become really toxic. I feel like I do nothing all day but bed rot and watch TikTok. Yeah, I've realized that it's serving me no purpose. It's literally only harming me. It's ruined my motivation. It has made me so lazy. I feel like I don't do anything else unless I absolutely have to. And it just got really bad. I don't know why. I feel like it causes me so much anxiety constantly seeing things about like America, the state of the world, and while it's good to be aware of what's going on, it can literally just be too much to the point of just creating a constant state of anxiety. I decided today that enough is enough. I feel like this is my son right here, and I would never want my son to be like in this addiction like myself. I wouldn't want that for him, and I feel like I could be a better mom without social media and TikTok just like capturing my attention all the time. So today I finally deleted the app off of my phone. I'm going to try to go for a week straight, no TikTok. I really don't use like any other social media, like Instagram, deleted that years ago. Don't care for it. And it's pretty much just TikTok. Only thing I will be using is YouTube and Pinterest a little bit. I just have recently got into using Pinterest. And I feel like that for me is kind of like positive. Like I just only consume either literally just like cutesy positive content or I don't know. Today it's literally been like 2 hours and I'm really just gonna check in and see how I feel, see if I feel better. So if anyone else is on a journey similar to me or is thinking about it, I want to just share my experience. I'm home. I went to a yoga class. I go to a yoga class twice a week. Happened to go today, and as soon as I came back, I was like, damn, like I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I really was like, damn, I want to go on TikTok. Should I re-download the app? But I'm sticking to it. So I am watching a YouTube video. For me, there's not that much I like to watch on YouTube. I literally watch like 3 channels. Like I don't watch that much YouTube. I'm watching the Just Trish podcast. I do like to watch that. I feel like with YouTube and podcasts, it's like long form. And this particular podcast is like not super negative. It's, it's just like a different thing for the brain, not super fast paced. So I'm watching a little YouTube. And I'm not trying to just switch to just watching TV and YouTube, but there's a Dodger game later that starts in about 30 minutes that I'm going to watch. And I'm pretty much going to make dinner. Usually I kind of dread making dinner, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's like something to do. But yeah, we'll see how the rest of the night goes. I will check in before I go to bed. That's usually like my biggest scrolling time, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so it is later. It is about 10 o'clock. So I've gone about 7-8 hours. No TikTok. I did watch some earlier this morning, so it wasn't a full day, but it is day 1 still. So tomorrow is going to be the first full day of no TikTok. I feel like I can do this. I do feel a lot more calm and like less anxious than I feel like I have been in so long. I feel like constantly, even if it's not just like for a long time, but like I feel like checking in on TikTok, it's like every day there's something just horrible going on in the world. Or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like what I realized is like you're absorbing the energy of what you're watching. Right now, I'm watching a baseball game. It's baseball. I don't know. It's not really like a high energy thing. It's just, you know, like a pretty just calm game back and forth. But when you watch TikToks, especially, I guess what I was used to seeing on my For You page, it was a lot of like people making videos in a state of anxiety and stress. I was seeing so many videos of people who rightfully so are anxious, stressed about what's going on in the world with our country, like the economy, stuff like this. And it would stress me out too. And I feel like that's when it's like so necessary to take a detox, like when you're consuming things that are stressing you out. So yeah, I do feel a lot better. I was going to do some like journaling today, but I think I'm just maybe gonna save it for tomorrow. I am really tired. I've been having like the worst sleep for literally months now. A lot has to do with TikTok. It keeps me up. I will be constantly scrolling like 10 minutes, another 10 minutes before I go to bed. Sometimes I put my phone down and like if I don't fall asleep fast, I'm like, okay, let me just go on TikTok. I'd rather be on TikTok than sitting in my bed, you know, just sitting in the dark, not falling asleep. So I'm excited to see if it helps out my sleep. I feel like the lack of constant stimulation, I'm gonna have better sleep. Here's the next morning. It is day 2, my first full day without TikTok. So far, I just woke up maybe an hour ago, had my morning coffee. Usually this is a time where I do scroll. So it actually went fine. I kind of maybe cheated a little bit. I was watching like probably like 15 minutes, maybe like 5 minutes of YouTube shorts. I like never watched YouTube shorts, but it kind of like was helping me to curb the craving I had. And I feel like I've come to the conclusion that at least for now, I mean, I haven't really used YouTube shorts, but the videos there on my feed were mostly like positive, like just cutesy things, kids being cute, animals being cute, people giving back to the homeless, giving back to others, and it was more positive. So I kind of feel like my issue with TikTok is not like the time spent on it, but it's kind of just the negativity and like the anxiety that comes with it. And I feel like I've noticed for me, like if stuff's like funny, cute, interesting, like I can kind of just put my phone down, like, you know, on TikTok. But when it comes to stuff it's like fear mongering, anxiety, like I can't. Like I will be scrolling indefinitely to get updates on, you know, what's going on in the world. And because it kind of feels like, oh my gosh, if I don't know what's going on in the world, like something horrendous is gonna happen. And I kind of just learned that's not true. This is day 2. I am about to get started with my day. Have fun. I think I saw like kites at my grocery store. They had just like cute little butterfly kites, and I think I'm gonna go get one and fly kites with my son. That's him, and maybe take him to the park. It is kind of like a little bit more of a gloomy day, but we're still gonna have fun. So that's my little update so far, and I'll probably check in sometime throughout the day. I also wanted to mention that I did have a lot better sleep last night. I fell asleep probably at like 1 o'clock. Usually I honestly don't fall asleep till like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And it did feel like a much deeper sleep. I've been like craving a well-rested night, and I feel like I actually had it. And I woke up in a lot better mood than normally. Normally I'm like a zombie until like the afternoon. So this is how crazy phones are. I'm watching YouTube, and tell me why multiple times I've gotten TikTok ads. Okay, so this has been my first full day, no TikTok from sun up to sundown, and I definitely miss it a little tiny little bit, but I feel happy. I feel like I proved to myself that I could do it. I know it sounds silly, but social media addictions are real, and I definitely feel the impacts, like the improvements of my attitude, my motivation. I did not feel like I was being lazy today. I felt energized. I felt the motivation to do stuff. I wasn't like procrastinating. And even like with my son, I felt like more, engaged and attentive. And, there really wasn't any times throughout the day that I was just like scrolling on my phone, and it made it, I don't know, like I just felt really attentive to my family, which was awesome. And I feel like I realized I did watch a little bit of YouTube shorts, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's totally different. Like, what I have realized from this is just like how toxic TikTok is, or at least my For You page. I know everyone's For You page is a little different, but even when it just comes to things that are like trending topics, or that people are literally making thousands of videos about, it's just like they're so toxic. And sometimes it's hard to stop yourself from watching these things. And I just realized, like, I don't like it. Like, I don't want to watch people talk negatively about others, talk negatively about themselves. Like, I don't know, like, for example, there's this girl who's like going viral because she said, like, oh, if you're act your weight, like if you're 160 pounds and you're a woman, or you weigh more, like you need to act your weight. And literally she went viral for saying that, and thousands of people have made videos about her, video responses, basically just saying that she's dumb and whatever, which is, right. Like, but that's what I'm just trying to say, is like TikTok is just like that kind of place where, I don't know, people just do things, say things for attention. And I feel like with that kind of posting, it's just negative all around, I feel like there is content that can be wholesome, that is genuine, that is helpful, but these rage baiting it feels like that's what so many people are doing. And I just don't want to give my attention, my time to that kind of content. The freaking Chisme pages, if you guys know, like, people post like gossip about influencers, celebrities, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get into those, and sometimes they add into the unfortunate gossip that is not even gossip, just like the terrible things that politicians are saying and doing. And it's just a clown show. But I feel better. Like, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm like kind of rambling, but like, I feel like watching a lot of these TikToks, And I was very much on like conspiracy theory TikTok, and I feel like a lot of that stuff can really mess with your head, where I'm just like, damn, like the world is an awful place. There's so much secrecy, so much corruption, so much crap that we don't know about. Like, there is a huge game that I'm not playing, that I'm not a part of, and it's weird. And I feel like, you know what, maybe that stuff is true, maybe it's not, but I don't think you should be living every second of your day, multiple times a day, like invested and scared. So I feel grateful that I'm not invested and scared. Hey guys, so it is day 3, the second full day of no TikTok. I didn't think I was gonna do an update today, but here I am. So basically, I think today was kind of similar to yesterday. Not super hard to go the day without it. There were times that I felt kind of like I wanted to scroll on TikTok, that I missed TikTok, but it wasn't too bad. The biggest thing that I noticed is it's like 10:45. Usually around this time, like I'm probably on my phone, and it gets really hard for me to fall asleep, want to go to bed. But I think today I'm going to sleep earlier than I normally do. And I feel like a bit of that is because I'm just like, I'm kind of just bored. Like, usually I would probably be up at night scrolling on TikTok, and I'm just not doing that. So I feel like it's easier for me to go to bed, which is good. I have to wake up kind of early tomorrow, so maybe gonna be able to fix my sleep schedule, which is awesome. My sleep schedule has been really bad lately. With like anxiety today, I honestly feel like I didn't have that much anxiety. I'm trying to think if like throughout the day I had even like a few times that I felt a little bit anxious, but I honestly don't think I did. Kind of crazy because usually I feel anxious like every day. Like, especially recently, it's gotten really bad where I'm just feeling anxious all throughout the day. And today I really didn't feel super anxious. It feels really good to have just like less anxiety. Um, so yeah, I will probably do a check-in tomorrow. If not, I'll do a check-in at week 1, at the 1 week mark. So see you guys when I see you. Hey guys, it is day 5. I am just about to go to sleep. I haven't been checking in the past 2 or 3 days, and I honestly didn't think I was gonna give an update till the very last day, but today I just was experiencing a lot more anxiety than I have this, entire, almost a week. So I thought it was important to make this disclaimer that I think the first few days I was having low anxiety. It could have been due to just feeling positive, feeling like I'm doing something positive. But honestly, I am going through some stressful things in my life, dealing with anxiety, just not related to social media. So I kind of experienced that today. And there was a little bit of me that for some reason, like, I was wanting to just download TikTok, go on TikTok, kind of, I think, for like the comfort. I feel like sometimes doom scrolling is just comforting. But I'm sticking to it. I do think that with the anxiety and stress that I'm experiencing from my own personal life, not having the additional stress of what's going on in the world, TikTok kind of stuff, is helpful. Like, I don't think that I want to be dealing with additional stressors and anxiety from, other things. But yeah, today I also was kind of like, okay, like what's going on in the world? Like I feel like usually TikTok is my news source, and I'm like, okay, I kind of feel out of the loop. And I feel like I realized I use TikTok like as a Google. So I've kind of just been Googling things like that I would normally just search on TikTok, and it's kind of the same, honestly. You can still find what you're looking for. But yeah, I thought it was just important to say that, you know, quitting social media or whatever is probably not going to be the end all be all to your anxiety. I do think it would help and maybe lower your anxiety, or, you know, guide you to more healthy habits. So yeah, I still feel happy and positive that I did this and that I'm doing it. This is just kind of part of documenting my process, my journey. And I'm also weirdly like missing, like I don't think I realized how much I would like, I don't know, it's like I miss kind of like my favorite influencers. Like it's weird, but I do. Like I am like kind of like, oh, like what's this person up to? Like kind of parasocial, but you know, it's fun. It's cool to get those kind of like updates or just those random videos from people that you, I don't know, just think are cool on the internet. But yeah, this is day 5 update. Still doing it. Still an anxious girly, but I might just always be an anxious girly. But I'm a little less anxious. So there's that. I will probably do a final check-in. Oh, actually, one last thing is that since it's kind of day 5, I can say that I have had some of the best sleep this week that I've had. And I don't know how long. I have felt just like I'm having this amazing deep sleep. I feel like I'm not struggling to fall asleep. I'm not struggling to wake up. It's kind of like the number one thing for me right now is my sleep is just so much better. And I definitely don't think that it would have been the same story if I was still scrolling. That's kind of my last little update, but I will check back in the final day, day 7, to conclude my week experience. Hey guys, so final check-in. I was sick the past couple days, but it's been well over a week without TikTok. And here are my final thoughts. So I'm going to be honest, at the 1 week mark, I re-downloaded TikTok. It's like my eyes have been opened to understanding how negative TikTok is. My For You page was, I don't know. The thing is like there's so much content being put out on to TikTok, and I feel like so many people like post on it, post videos. Honestly, more than like any other platform, people, you know, post videos and share their opinions, whatnot, just whatever, you know, there's all kinds of content on there. But I realized, like, I feel like think pieces are really popular on TikTok. And you know what? Not saying people's thoughts are not valid. You know, sometimes these think pieces can be from very negative lens, or, you know, people are pushing propaganda or are, you know, victims of certain propaganda. And it's just like so refreshing to just kind of connect with what you truly believe, your true values, not things that are being constantly pushed onto you. Like, I feel like TikTok, the think pieces, the kind of stuff that is put out there is like in the tone of like, this is how you need to live your life, this is how you need to think, this is how everyone needs to think, this is what life is, this is what it is. And it's just not true. And I feel like constantly surrounding yourself with other outside voices and opinions and perspectives, you know, other perspectives is great, but I feel like you need to have like the good discernment of what do you genuinely believe and what are you just hearing all the time. Today has kind of really been like the first day that I was really on it. Since I downloaded it, I've kind of maybe spent like a few minutes on it, like 5 minutes. Like I'm not deep into it. But today I kind of was a bit more. Like right now I was scrolling for maybe like 20 minutes. And it was literally just like, oh my God, this is negative. This is negative. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's great to share opinions and perspectives, but it's like, okay, when it comes to online, like sharing, it's like, okay, is this person rage baiting? Is this person know what they're talking about? Does they have any credibility? Do they have any sense? Are they a good person? You know, do they have good morals, good beliefs? What is their values? Do they mean what they say? Do they say what they mean? And there's really no way of knowing that. I feel like for me, what is it, the saying, like the veil has been lifted? Like I kind of just see it for what it is, and it's kind of, you know, just no tea, no shade, but you know, like garbage entertainment, and take it with a grain of salt and, you know, use it, consume it, be a part of it, whatever. But you have to have the media literacy to kind of just, you know, you wouldn't listen to every person that you walk down the street to what they're saying and what they're thinking, what they believe in. So don't do that online either. Never say never, but I don't feel myself like ever being obsessed to the point that I was. Yeah, life is a little bit better when you take a break, you know, and for all the benefits, whatever they may be, I think the biggest benefit is just connecting to what you actually believe and not having a constant flow of other people's ideas, other people's voices, other people's thoughts, and just genuinely connecting with what you are thinking and what's important to you and how you feel about certain things. So that is my take. If you guys made it through this video, thank you for watching, and let me know if you guys try this, and I'll see you guys next time.